battle returned and Mehserle was granted a new trial, given the right to carry a gun back in the community.
What are your thoughts that, you know, they're saying obviously that the fight, they lost the fight, but the battle, they still have a battle to go, and that they're going to take this to California Supreme Court, and if maybe that doesn't turn out so well for them, they'll take it to the U.S. Supreme Court, which is, you know, the ultimate, the high court. So I'm just wondering, what are your thoughts about dragging this process on?
Well, we know the attorney, the defense attorney, and we know everything about this case has been unprecedented. We know that the president of the police union made a discretionary call to fund the money when it came to the bail for Johannes Mehserle. We know that Michael Raines took this on because he has never really lost a case when it comes to police officers, and for him to lose the way he did in Los Angeles really has put him in what we call a war. And in this war is many battles. And of course, we have really just made history, because as far as we're concerned, we haven't really got a victory in the battle or in the war. So history has been made. History was made today, exactly 30 days before history was made with the verdict. So we're extremely happy, and we know Raines, if he has the money, he will fight it to the end. But he's fighting a losing battle, because he's going to lose even when he files it to the California State Supreme Court, as well as all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court.
I got you. And I just wonder, you know, maybe I was watching a little bit of too much Dr. Phil today, but I'm just trying to see, do you think at any point that there will be a closure for you guys, and where forgiveness can be given to Mehserle? Do you think that day will ever come?
Well, what we look at is that we're still in this war too. We're still consulting with the Department of Justice to file civil rights violations, specifically against Tony Peroni, to include Johannes Mehserle. So, I mean, just as they're on the battlefront, we're still on the battlefront.
That's right.
I mean, and who knows how long this will go on. We know that going to the Supreme Court could take years. We know that the Department of Justice, by bringing down charges, could take years. So we understand what kind of battle we're in. Can it bring a resolution to the pain that we have suffered? I don't believe we can ever get over the loss. And the fact of forgiveness becomes another issue. You know, that's something that we as a family will pray on as time passes. But as far as making a statement about whether forgiveness can be forgiven now, if I was to say yes, and then next week the Supreme Court overturns the verdict, we're right back in our anger mode. We expect justice. We expect justice to be upheld. We expect to see justice all the way through the whole process. So we're not going to speak I'm not going to speak. I can't speak for my sister. I can't speak for any other members of the family, and I can't speak for the community. But I can personally speak for myself, and I will not make a predetermined decision to forgive when, in essence, the war is still going on. And Raines is not a fair attorney.
I see. Lastly, tell us how Oscar's mom, Wanda, is doing right now, especially her reaction to this war.
So when we talked earlier, she was extremely happy. There was some relief, because each stage, when this is in the hands of a judge for a family, specifically a mother who have lost a loved one, awaiting that decision becomes very traumatic. Sleepless nights, pain. I mean, you can imagine the anger that we felt, and you know, especially when the appeal hearing took place and we weren't invited to be there. You know, and so to know that this was in the hands of a panel of judges to make a decision on a case that we are so dearly close to, without being there to hear the arguments, left us with nothing but us to be on our knees in prayer that this panel of judges come back with a decision that was favorable for us. And we're happy that history again has been made today, and we look forward to seeing history be made the next 2 times. If Raines has the money, you know, I'm calling him out. Spend your money. You're going to lose. Spend your money. The decision that was granted today will be the same decision you will see at the state Supreme Court hearing as well as the U.S. Supreme Court hearing. Spend your money. Is it that important to try to free a convicted felon murderer? Spend your money. That's how I feel about it.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Uncle Bob.